Hello, viewers. I'm Juan Montoya. I'm publisher of El Run Run, an online newspaper. In keeping with our coverage of local issues, we were interviewing San Benito Mayor Guerra today. Thanks for meeting with us, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Montoya, thank you so much for giving me this interview, and I just want to thank you that I do follow you. I do give you, with the information that you put out there, and I believe that you're fair, and that's why I'm here to give you this, what you've asked, and I want to be truthful to the people, and I want to be, transparent, to the people.
Very good. Mayor Guerra was a San Benito firefighter for 33 years before running for office. He started his four-year term on January 2021, but before that, in 2018, 3 years before he took office, the San Benito Economic Development Corporation, the EDC, contracted with the Brownsville developer, Barco, to build a Resaca Village commercial project. 6 long years later, Barco still had not completed it, and the City Commission decided to finish it themselves. When the city took over, Barco sued, and the city countersued for non-performance. We know it was before your time, sir, but could you please tell our viewers how all this came about and why the project was started to begin with?
Well, what I've understood is, like I said, in 2018 I was a commissioner, but I didn't have no contact with as far as this, what the contract was. I was not the mayor at the time, so I didn't come to become the mayor until 2021. 2021. So this had been going on for already 2-3 years already. In the Barco. Barco was supposed to bring in retail stores in the Resaca.
It's a big project.
It was a big project. You're talking about almost nine acres of it, and it's prime land along the Resaca, and everything had to be retail. Most of the business had to be retail. I know at one point they veered off that they wanted to bring in apartments. Illegal. It couldn't because of the
nature of
the loan through
the grants
EDA.
Yeah.
It had to be retail to benefit the San Benito. So business had to be coming in. So it was going to have business. It was going to have people, workers here from San Benito, and and the tax.
Apparently, hundreds of jobs were promised.
I promised there was a lot of jobs that was promised because 9 acres of of stores that was going to be
prime real estate.
Prime, everything was good. That they promised so much, but yet
After all those promises, what happened?
2020, when COVID hit, it took them. The pandemic, COVID. It hit the pandemic hit the worldwide. Okay, they kept coming back that they couldn't find people, they couldn't find the materials to be able to start moving forward with the project. So that was their main goal, that the COVID hit, and we can't find. So we need more time. We need more time.
Extensions.
And more extensions. Well, that's what they claimed. But they still had 2-3 more years to go. But they came, right there and then. They started off with so much on it.
I've heard city officials say that they had a whole laundry list of contractual promises that were breached by the company. Insurance, what
part of it, on the contract that we signed, and what I understood is, like I said, the city signed, EDC signed, and Barco signed also. So it's it was a contract. Now, on the contract, what I understood is they're supposed to show us their financials. What's going on? How are they going? Moving along with the financials. Their projects. To this point, right now, I don't even know. We don't even know.
6 years later,
we don't know what the financials are because they have never provided nothing of those financials to us. Nothing to say, this is how much we've done, how much we've project, nothing. Okay.
There was also some insurance questions.
Insurance, the project was supposed to be insured. Up to now that I understood, it has not been insured. So if anybody falls or gets hurt, who's going to be held accountable? We don't know, because it's not
But the city's running a liability.
A liability on it, and that was the whole deal that we went before. When the contract expired, it was still we were still trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing? We kept telling them, we say, okay, let's come to the table, and they never listened. Okay, so at one point, They sent a representative to come talk to the city manager and myself. And we said, and they told us that, well, are you willing to come talk to Barco and come to the table? And we said, yes. Yes, but we're going to be negotiating a new contract because the old contract is already over. It's already expired. We're already in the 6th year. So that means that the contract is, we're not going to hold them accountable what they had. But we're going to start with a new
You
contract.
want to keep the initial project to come to
Exactly.
fruition, right?
Yes, well, I mean, we wanted them to finish what they said they were, but it's not going to be at a term that the term is now. You're going to show us your financials. You're going to have your insurance, your taxes. That is supposed to be paid. You're going to show us that you've done that.
Which are basically basic requirements for any type of contract with any city.
Correct. Yes, and that was the whole deal behind that. That we said we will go to the table, but talk. But before we, word by that afternoon, by the time I came back to the city, they called me. He said, and there was another newspaper guy who called me. He said, Mayor, what do you think about the suit that Barco's doing? He said, what lawsuit? I said, they're suing you. Suing the city? They go, yes. Barco's suing the city. And that's how we found out that, that they never mentioned it. So we never got to the point that
There were any good faith negotiations.
there was nothing because they never came to the table. So, and I could tell you they never came to the table.
It's a curious thing, but between the time that the lawsuit was filed and today, a Houston-based media consulting firm, a firm from outside, was hired and inserted 2 segments on the internet alleging that San Benito officials and residents promote corruption, and they cast Barco as a victim,
Yes.
not you. How does that relate to the project at all? And do these instructions help or hurt the resolution of these contracts?
Well, it's gonna. I mean, that the Houston-based when they came to us and they said that we were corrupt because they started out that we were corrupt, and it's one of the things that they kept telling us, and I'm over here like, well, how are we corrupt? How do we corrupt anything? I mean, we're only the city. I mean, we're held accountable not only by the government.
Distracting away from the problems with it.
So that was the whole deal behind it to make us look bad, and and those 2 segments that the person
firm
did.
yeah.
I mean, it really did. It really caused a lot of hurt, and because people started questioning, but to assure the people, we were never, and I will tell you here in front of you, sir, and with all due respect, and the people of San Benito, we are held accountable. We were held accountable not only by the people of San Benito, but by the government or anybody else. Okay, so we will do our best, with the finances that are entrusted to us to do what's right, for San Benito. So when this gentleman came in and said we were corrupt, how are we corrupt? Well, it was just a smoke, a scare that to keep us away, what Barco has been doing.
Or what they haven't.
Or what have they done and has been doing, okay, after all this time. And so when we went before, and like I said, the contract has already been over, for at least a year. So now we're going on the 6th year. And when we went before a county judge, and try to evict them, because the thing is, they weren't talking to us. Their financials were not being met to us, were not given to us. The insurance on the property was not being met, and there were other questions on there. So when we went to for eviction, to stop them and say, okay, well now come to us, let's come to the table,
Let's fix this.
let's fix this, and but with a new contract, well the judge that was there that heard the case, not even looking at and seeing, because what my attorney from the EDC or the EDC attorney, what he told us. He said we were never given a chance to give out all the information that we have on Barco, and the gentleman. So instead of evicting them, Barco told us, "Okay, we're going to pay the taxes that's owed this afternoon." Well, that was been almost 2 months ago. Hasn't been paid. We're going to finish the project. Well, 2 months later, they're still working on it. It's not even close to even coming to finish. Nada. So, and so I would tell the judge, did you ever, figure out, did you ever come over here and look at it? It's so, in a sense, who's been deceptive? Not the city. We have been, transparent. We have kept our mouth quiet because our attorney has said, do not comment on anything of the loss because we're in a litigation. Well, we kept our mouth closed and shut, but they brought in this gentleman, and they mentioned, to one of our workers that they were brought in by Varco. Now this other gentleman that the reporter is saying, we never said that. Well, I just want to tell the people, the citizens of San Benito, we're here. We have been elected. Myself, the commission, we have been elected by the people to move forward with San Benito, to expand San Benito and make it a better life for them. And I just hope that in the long run, this gentleman that has come in from a distance, he'll be here maybe for a short time, and he'll leave. But we're here. We're still here. You still have to look at our faces, and we have to look at your faces. We're here. We live here in San Benito. We want to do best for San Benito and move forward and give the best that we can, and to be transparent. And that's what that was the most important thing is we want to be transparent to San Benito. I know that we still have the issues with a lot of stuff, infrastructure, but we're trying to be, and we're trying to be transparent as much as we can to alleviate a lot of those the things that that we're lacking. But in other words, this company Barco, hasn't. They haven't, and up to now, they haven't fulfilled their promise.
So the city intends to push for the project to deliver the opportunities to the people of the residents of San Benito.
Of course. I mean, when we go, so now we're going before I think it's the 107th court, and we want a jury on it so that the people can see, the jury can see that we have a lot of information to give out. What the county judge here didn't want to do, well, we do have a lot of information to give out to them, to show them that the city has been in good faith trying to negotiate, and we just haven't.
And I know that there's restrictions on what you can get into and what you can't get into based on the legal process, but I'm so glad that you had us over, and I'm glad you gave us the opportunity to interview you. Good luck with your effort at providing San Benito residents with economic opportunities.
Mr. Montoya, I'd like to thank you also. Thank you for what you do, keeping us. And I'm glad, I'm glad that, there are people out there, reporters out there, and investigators out there that, keep us in line. We need to be kept in line. Sometimes we forget, sometimes without even thinking about it, we do something stupid. But, let's put us back in line, and let's be transparent with the people. And, we want to be, I want to be, and my commission also, in San Benito, we want to be transparent to the people, to anybody out there to say that we're here for you. We want to be servants for you, and we want to give what San Benito deserves, and that's a better way of life.
Thank you so much.
And again, thank you for what you've done so much, and adelante. Dios me la bendiga.